Top Gun coaching, Mel, why Top Gun coaching? People are going to ask, like why?
Well, I guess if we take it one step backwards, we found this probably ran through and true in Griffith. When we first got there, they had no systems in place, and we really had to start from the bottom. So there wasn't overly a lot of people in Griffith that had a lot of automotive dealership experience or even selling experience. So,
Exactly.
We had to start from scratch. So I guess when we looked at hiring in Griffith, especially salespeople, all we had to look for was someone with a great attitude.
Absolutely. And the reason we do that is because if they've got the right attitude, skills can be taught to anyone.
Yeah,
okay?
That's right.
But if they've got a bad attitude, we can't teach them. And I guess if we look at that at the moment, we've just signed off with a building franchise, and we've signed up with some builders, and we're going to be coaching these builders. And I know that in my video conference with some of these builders, and they were saying, "Oh, I can't sell." I said, "Yeah, that's okay. You guys have got the right attitude." And I said to them, I can't build a house. I have no idea how to build a house, but I've got the right attitude. And I said to them, if I went with them and spent a month with them, I'd know how to build a house. Maybe not a month, but maybe 12 months.
Yeah,
I'd know how to build a house because I've got the right attitude and I want to learn.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if they've got the right attitude, we can teach them the skills.
That's it. Exactly right. So I guess why Top Gun? Why Wayne Berry?
Well, I've been following Wayne for 15 or 20 years, and it's funny enough when we moved to our latest location, and we're going back through some boxes of old training stuff and that, and I've got all these tips and strategies from Wayne Berry that are going back like 15 or 20 years, and I mean, Wayne actually looks a lot younger.
Yeah.
Back then, but he does now. But anyway, sorry, Wayne. But anyway, no, that's all good. But so I've been following these things, and then we looked at how do we do this. So that's when we got involved with Wayne. But what is one thing about his program that really sticks out?
Well, I guess it's about the long-term solution, not a short-term fix. And I mean, even in Griffith and back in Orange, we sent salespeople away to training for 1 day or 2 days. And I mean, which is great. And I'm not saying that the content wasn't good, but I guess it was more the aftermath, the 3 week thing later, the month later, that there was just no accountability, there was just no support there from that training, and like everyone, it just drop off and
doesn't work. Well, I had a video conference with a guy yesterday that we're putting on the coaching program, and I said, "When was the last time you had some training or anything?" And he said, "Oh, I went to training 4 weeks ago."
Yeah.
I said, "What was it?" He said, "Oh, it was a 2-day training course." I said, "Yeah, that's great." I said, "Tell me, out of that training course that you went to for 2 days, like 2 days out of your business, so it was airfares, accommodation, and 2 days away from your business, how much of that have you put into place since you've been back in your business?" And he said, and I said, hand on heart, like facts, how much? He said, less than 20%. So that just proves that it doesn't work anymore. Like, you go to those things, you think you've drunk 32 cans of Red Bull, when you walk out, you're as high as a kite. Wow, man.
Oh, exactly. Next morning you're pumped, you walk into the dealership, and then you find something, or you come in contact with a difficult customer, and it's just all gone.
Yeah.
And it's easy just to revert back to old habits.
Exactly. So, that's where where the Top Gun coaching program is fantastic, because you get 24/7 live coaching, and only this morning I had one of the builders ring me because he had a question. He said, "Oh, I've got a customer and this is a scenario, and what do we do?" And I said, "Okay, tell me the whole story." So he told me the whole story. I gave him some strategy, and he's gone, "Oh wow, geez, I like that." So now he's looked at the customer to put those strategies into place. And you know what? Because he's got a 24/7 live coach.
That's
but
right.
He's not sure of something, you can ring and ask, and that's all part of it.
Too many times I feel that the difference between training and coaching gets confused, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I guess training in essence is teaching someone a skill, and that may be fine, but if they're not coached on how to use that skill, how to develop that skill, and how to use that skill within their current environment, it's just the key.
Exactly right. And part of the thing with the Top Gun training is what they learn in that week, they take straight out and they put it straight into practice in their workplace.
Yep.
And we're there with them as they put it into practice, and
Yep.
they do all those sorts of things. So it's really important. And I guess one of the other interesting things, and we've seen it many times in dealerships we've been into, and in dealerships we've come across, and that, and even businesses, you've got this great salesman sells 20 cars a month.
Yep.
And anyway, the dealer principal or the general manager says, "Oh, we need a sales manager because someone's left, so we're going to employ this person as our sales manager." So the salesperson, he's really ecstatic, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Because he's just become a
Sales
sales
manager. Yeah.
He doesn't have the skills, but he's a sales manager. So, what happens then is he doesn't know what to do. So for 6 months, the shit goes round and round and round because he doesn't know what to do. And the beauty of it is we work with the sales manager, we mentor the sales manager, coach the sales manager on how to run effective sales meetings, how to hire effectively, how to coach your staff, right? How to deal with staff that aren't performing. So how to de-hire staff, I guess is the word. So that's all part of helping the sales manager.
Yeah, and also for them understanding what it means to actually be a leader, like what
characteristics.
Characteristics.
But you have in that, and the other programs, we've got so many other programs.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're also like a general sales manager or a dealer principal, we also offer a leadership program as well, and that can help in all areas, within leading your team and growing your business.
Absolutely. So if you want to know any of the coaching, mentoring, leadership programs that are available through Top Gun, just click on the link below and go through, and we can come back to you and go through all those things with you. And also below, we've got access to a selling skill assessment. So if you want to get your sales guys to fill that selling skill assessment out, and let's have a look at how they're tracking, and we can come back and talk to you and see where their strengths and weaknesses are, and see what we need to do to take your sales staff, your management staff, your leadership staff, and yourself to the next level.